it's unlike anything else out there right now, which is great.
So Josh has finally got his hands on Deathloop after multiple delays, and something you said that was really interesting that I found was, whatever you think this game is, you said, it isn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so Deathloop is...
So it's not a roguelike.
But it's not a roguelike, it's not an immersive sim.
Not a shooter.
It's not a shooter, not outright, and it's not a stealth game. Deathloop is all of these different elements combined into one very slick package. You know, if you've played Dishonored, if you've played Prey, which were Arcane's previous games, you know, there's a lot of DNA in there, sort of stealth and the powers that Dishonored's known for, you know, shooter mechanics that Prey's known for, and then it also has these roguelike elements that Prey's DLC Mooncrash is known for. You know, as a premise, as you know, cults stuck in this time loop on an island. There are 8 visionaries, 8 characters that need to be killed to break the cycle. The way that you go about killing those visionaries is completely up to you. It's really open-ended, but there is a lot to get your head around. And then as you progress, you sort of start to unlock more threads and get a sort of better sense of what you should be doing and how you should be going about it. Obviously, figuring that out is half the battle here because there is so much going on, but like that's what I've been having like a really good time with. So the game is contained to a single day, and it's split between these 4 segments, you know, morning, noon, afternoon, evening, for those, you know, time periods, and the enemies change, you know, the locations, the layout of the sort of patrols and stuff like that. You just have to grasp at opportunities when you have them, and then do your best. And you have to make a judgment call. It's like, you know, when I managed to... Julianna, who's the sort of antagonistic character, who in my preview is driven by AI, but in the final game can be controlled by another real player.
And can just jump in at any time?
She can jump in at any time and just completely upend, you know, whatever you're doing.
You're having a lovely time strolling through this weapon.
Having a lovely time, and then she shows up and she's got like a randomized power as well. So,
so you're not even... Okay,
she's like... So she comes in, and that's a whole other thing. And if you get a slab off of her, you know, at that point you have to sort of make a judgment call. Right, do I back...
Slabs of powers.
Slabs of powers, right, yes. You know, you make a judgment call at that point. Do I back out of the level?
Because even backing out of the level doesn't guarantee you keep it.
No,
you've got to spend resource.
You've got to spend a resource, so you gather resource.
Just to be sure, this isn't an RPG either.
No, it's not an RPG either, but it has a lot of RPG elements. That's what I mean. There's just so much, and so you can use that currency to retain trinkets, which are like upgrades for weapons, characters, and the powers. You can also use it to retain weapons, and you can use it to retain the powers themselves. And you have to sort of spend that currency to keep the stuff that you really like. And then when you do die and you wake up on the sort of start of the game cycle,
you've at least got that gun and that power.
You've at least got that gun and that power, and you can start from there with that basis. The first, I would say, couple of hours were a little overwhelming, but once I've sort of settled into the rhythm of it, been having a really fun time.
It sounds like they've gone, in computer games you can do anything, so why just make a straight shooter about World War II? Like, come on, we can add stuff, we can add so many more things to it, and they seem to have learned from Dishonored and Prey.
I like how it's got this nice balance between the sort of stealth and the powers of Dishonored and the sort of weirdness and the action of Prey, and like I kind of like that the two balance themselves out in areas by using stealth to get an oversight of the area, to get an idea of enemy layouts and locations, and you can tag enemies, also get a sense of what weapons they're holding and their
routes
and their like demeanor. So so you tag them and it'd be like, this guy thought it was going to be an ordinary day, but he also is ready to run and gun. So, you know, that character will rush in.
Oh, that's so interesting. Or some guy's like, I'm on my lunch break. I've got a hangover, I'm not coming home.
There's like others who would be like, I'm going to set an alarm off. And then obviously you need to prioritize getting them because then they send reinforcements in. And I mean, you die so fast. So, but it's really good. It's got like, and the guns, I mean, the guns feel great. The shotguns in particular, especially with the dual sense controller. It's not like, you know, there's this really nice pistol that just like, you know, hits like a hammer, which is great to like switch between that and then something like a nail gun, which is usually used for stealth, but you can just sort of pepper people with it. So yeah, it's good that they've been able to sort of balance that out and make these weapons that feel so fun.
Guns are an important part of it, but it's not a game that you can just shoot your way through. You have to take out how many?
8 of the leaders of the island.
Right, so there's 8 leaders of the island, but you only have 4 sections in the day to do it. You can't take out one in each section. You have to get them to different sections, and they react to what you do. So, for example, if you set off a radio broadcaster, you break a piece of equipment, or we don't know yet. But basically, you have to funnel these bosses, some of them, I'm assuming, together, and then take them out. Bearing in mind you're a glass cannon. This is going to be so much fun.
It's so much fun.
It's going to be great.
It's just so much to get your head around. It's unlike anything else out there, right?
Yeah.
Which is great.
It sounds amazing.
And that's classic Arcane, because nobody makes games like Arcane.
Yeah. It sounds like a game that if you do have a PS5, you can't really miss out on. We're going to have Josh's full review when it's probably going to take you 400 hours to get through the whole thing.
If I'm ever able to. If Hitman is any indication, I will be stuck in one area for the next couple of years.
Okay.
Trying to figure it out.
Well, we'll look out for the review in the next couple of years. We're definitely going to have some guides on it because it sounds like a game that is clamouring for guides.
Yep.
So subscribe below and we'll have all of them on the site.